Hello friends. Under the hood of an American, you can find V-shaped sixes, a volume of 2.8 liters, 210 horsepower, and 3.6 liters with 258 to 263 and 300 to 304 horsepower. All units received a variable valve timing system, and a 300 strong one received direct fuel injection. In 2010, base models in the United States began to be equipped with a 3-liter V6, 270 horsepower, with direct fuel injection. And after restyling, the top 3.6 V6 was updated. The blockhead, intake, and exhaust manifolds were redesigned, fuel injectors, intake valves, and the fuel pump were updated. All motors have a timing chain drive. Chains in cars in 2008 often stretched after 50 to 100,000 kilometers, although not for everyone. 2 years later, the circuits were upgraded and the problem became less common. More often, chains of motors with a volume of 3.6 liters stretch. When the chain is stretched, interruptions in the operation of the engine occur. Traction drops and errors appear. It is not worth pulling with the replacement of the chain. A jump and a meeting of valves with pistons is possible. There have been such cases. Ignition coils have to be changed in the segment of 100 to 200,000 kilometers. The cooling system also requires attention from time to time. The additional pump fails, the radiator corrodes, or the fan stops working. The resistor fails. American versions with a top-end engine could be equipped with an Aisin AY6 6-speed manual gearbox. Only models with a GM Hydra-Matic 6L50 automatic were delivered to Russia. The machine is quite reliable. Problems with it are rare, at least for now, and mostly in cars with a 3.6-liter unit. And even then, not earlier than 200,000 kilometers. The oil in the box gets dirty pretty quickly, so it is recommended to update it every 40 to 60,000 kilometers. It is necessary to pay attention to the condition of the automatic transmission oil cooling tubes. They often leak. An all-wheel drive system was offered as an option, available only for cars with 3.6 and 3.0. In the normal state, the rear axle is leading, and if necessary, up to 50% of the traction is transmitted to the front wheels. In the transmission, sometimes you have to deal with the replacement of leaking oil seals. A 2-lever system works on the front axle. The upper and lower arm are aluminum. At the back, a multi-link scheme is used. There are several options for factory suspension settings, differing in the balance between handling and comfort. The toughest, FE3, was installed on a rear-wheel drive CTS with a 3.6-liter engine. All other modifications relied on FE2, the best compromise. FE1 is the softest, but has not been officially installed. Wheel bearings run 50 to 150,000 kilometers. They start to buzz, play appears, or the magnetic tape crumbles. The front suspension arms serve more than 100 to 150,000 kilometers. The rear, more than 150 to 200,000 kilometers. By this time, the springs are noticeably sagging. After 50 to 100,000 kilometers, the intermediate steering shaft may wear out. In this case, when the steering wheel is turned, clicks, a crunch or a knock are heard, and play is found in the assembly. After 100 to 150,000 kilometers, the steering rack sometimes starts to knock or leak. Many had to deal with peeling paint on the trunk lid in the area of additional brake light and nameplates. Decorative chrome tarnishes and peels off with age. On pre-styling specimens, cracks often appear at the junction of the bumper to the body elements. It's all about the flimsy mounts. The defect was later corrected. Some owners of cars with a sunroof have to deal with leaks. A clogged drain isn't always to blame. Often the factory sealant dries out or the sealant gives up. One of the common problems is the doors that do not open from the outside, often the front ones. It's all about the door handles. The micro switches fail, less often the antenna. Handles can fail after 20 to 50,000 kilometers. Sometimes the trunk release button fails. The wiring rots. With age, the interior often begins to creak. The seat upholstery is not particularly resistant to wear and tear and may lose its presentation after 100 to 150,000 kilometers. Over time, corrosion occurs on the left side member from the bottom side. There is also a fuel line mount. The metal weakens and the pistons fly out, and the fuel pipes begin to walk. In a neglected case, they can fray, which will lead to leaks and a fire. From old age, the fastening of fuel pipes in the area of the shock absorber cup is also surrendered, which is also fraught. Therefore, you should regularly check the condition of the fuel pipes and their attachment points. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.